Hi guys, Rob Lest here from Leicester Bathrooms. Thank you for taking the time to check out our channel where we're all about bathrooms. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to cut an alcove or a niche into an existing stud wall. Let's take a look. So if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. It helps me to create content to help you with your bathroom projects. Okay, so we're doing a little ensuite here and the customer has come up to me and said, would it be possible to have an alcove? I say alcove, I have for a very long time. I think they're also called in America a niche. I think some people in this country call it a niche. Is it possible to have an alcove in this showering area? You know, we'd really like one. We didn't think about it ahead. Could we have one now? I said, well, it is possible. I mean, a lot of the time we have to build a bulkhead section, a box section, and put one in there, but it is possible if you have stud walls to put one into an existing stud wall, bearing in mind where the joists are. So what we want to think about first is which wall would take the alcove the best. Okay, let's have a quick little insight into that in this particular setup. So whether an alcove is possible in this area all depends on the size of shower tray you have. We have a square shower tray on this occasion. We have 900 across this way, and then it's going to be 900 across this way. So I'm going to mark that on the wall either side, and 900 here. And we can look at each wall and see which is the best fit. Now, I know that we can't have it on this back wall because we have an aqualeisure quartz off the wall coming down from the ceiling, so that would run right in front of any potential alcove we could put here. So just briefly looking at this left hand side wall, I can see we've got a stud here and a stud here, so roughly there and roughly there. So we've got a potentially nice alcove there of around 13 inches, so really nice, and we can go as high as we want with that. But I think probably on this occasion it'll be a nice fit to have the alcove on this wall as you walk into the shower, because it's going to have a bifolding door closing onto this wall. We don't want to sort of spoil that when the doors open and have that overhanging the alcove that will be up here somewhere. So if we can look at this side, that'll be a better fit. So casting our eye over this wall, I can actually see where the skim has come off. A nail here and here, so this could be actually a really good wall to put the alcove. Let's show you a bit more of that in detail. Quite handily, we've got a hole that's already been made here when the tiles came off, but you can actually see here there is a nail, so there's a joist and there is a joist there, and actually I can get through with my hand and feel there's one there, and I can actually feel that there's one there. And if we run a tape measure across here, we can see that that's a nice distance to have a nice alcove in here. Our alcove will be roughly around 13 inches because of the joist coming over a little bit, and our tiles will come inside. So that's actually a really nice size alcove for this size tray, because we've got 900, which I shall mark here. So there's the edge of our tray. I don't know whether it'll be central. I'll be lucky if it is. So we've got 10 inches there and 10 inches there. So actually, this is going to work out exactly central for the tray. So what we want to do now is mark out a rough perimeter and cut that out with a multi-tool. So we'll mark out either side on the joists, really roughly. I just want to clip the joists at the moment with the multi-tool so we can fold everything inside when we repair it. And then top to bottom, I want it roughly sort of this height. When you stood in the tray, I like it sort of chest height, and then it's not getting too much water into the base. So yeah, we've got about 40 centimeters, 400 millimeters there. So I'll mark the same top and bottom, just square that up. Go and cut that out with the multi-tool. Look at that, lovely. I can't put this on the skip that we've got outside because we're not allowed to put plasterboard on our skips from our company, so what I tend to do with this now is just chuck it over the neighbour's garden. That's a joke, by the way. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Unless you really hate your neighbours. Oh, okay. So we've just taken this out now, and I've noticed we've got a trimmer in here. So that is great because we can actually use that as our base. So we don't have to put a piece of wood in the base. So I'll just trim this down a little bit more just to catch that, and we can take a few more measurements then. Great. So we'll have a little look about how much width we'll be left with after we put our board on here and our tile. And on this occasion, I will be using a Jackerboard 6mm piece of board, because if we put something in here that's 12.5mm, by the time we do 12.5, 12.5, 10 for tiles, 10 for tiles, you're going to be coming quite a lot. So I'd recommend, if you're tight for space, just having a 6mm bit of board in there, a little bit narrower. And now we just have to decide how tall we want it. Do we go square, something like that, or do we want a nice rectangle, a little bit more height? Because we've got to think about, by the time we've got another 18mm in here, we're going to have to think about potential bottles sitting on the top. Hey, look at that. That is 3 years at art college when I was 16. Thumbs up Henley College. So it might be a bit tight for bigger bottles. So I might make it a nice rectangular shape, pretty much what it is now. So I'll put a 50mm piece of CLS through here, and by the time we board that out, we're coming down another 20mm, roughly 18 to 20mm, 18 to 20mm here. So that will give us a height of about 370 high. That's pretty good. So once you've got your dimensions in place and decided on your size, if you wanted to make this narrower, you could just plant timber either side and go as high as you want. So I'm happy with this height. So I'm going to get a bit of 3x2 CLS and just splice that through there and screw that in place, and then we can skin that all out. I've got a bit of timber cut. I've cut it nice and tight because I like to knock it in place, hold it and screw it. I've got a little line here. I'm going to put it in nice and flush with that front timber, and then we give it a little bit of persuasion. Well, that's all lined up. We'll get a level on that now. Yeah, that's dead on. We can now put some screws into the corners, and that's our headpiece in. I've just got some 60mm screws, and we'll screw that in, a couple in this side, just at a 45-degree angle. Now we can fill out the sides in our Jackerboard, or if you've got some Aquaboard or something like that. So that's all filled out, ready to go with whatever tanking or membraning system you are going to use. I have put a video on our channel about how to waterproof membrane a shower enclosure area, and it's a link up here. So feel free to use whatever method you like to on there. You can deep dive into this a little bit more depending on the size of your tile. What we normally do with alcoves is have our tile joint running through, say our tile is this size, and it just drops in like that, so it's seamless. Then you have a full tile from here, full tile from there. It looks really nice. On this occasion we've got smaller tiles, so we're not so constricted by that. But if you do want to have that sort of appearance in your bathroom where the tile just drops in. Measure your tiles out first, get a nice line on and work from that line where your joint is going to be. It's a little bit more intricate, but I'm sure you guys will be able to manage it. There we go guys, really quick and simple way to create an alcove in an existing stud wall, studs permitting and size of the tray permitting. Okay guys, hope that's been helpful and informative. Hit the subscribe button if you can, that'd be great, and check out our channel for more bathroom related content. We will see you on the next one. Have a great time. Take care, bye.